So this video is how to do a timing chain job on a 2005 Ford Expedition 5.4 Trident. And so as you can see there's a first what you want to do is buy all the necessary tools you're going to need for this job, like sockets and wrenches. And there's one specific tool that you're going to need, which is called the camshaft pulley, which when you get to here, when you get to taking off the front cover, you're going to need that tool to take off the harmonic balancer, which is on the crankshaft, and you're going to need to take that off before you can take off the front cover. But other than that, it's pretty simple. You take off the valve covers, you take off the right valve cover, and you take off the left valve cover, and then you're going to take off the front cover, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the job is overall takes 2 to 3, 4 hours to take all the covers off and expose the chain. But after you have the chain exposed, it's pretty much straightforward. It's right there in your face. You're gonna see the sprockets, which are the two wheels, right sprocket and left sprocket. You're gonna see the guides, and you're gonna see the chain, and then at the bottom you're gonna see the crankshaft, gear, and the chain should be on there. So if you're having timing issues, when you're having either you're having a crank nose start or you're having a misfire and you can't figure it out, it's most likely going to be an issue with your chain. And so what you want to look for is when you pop the front cover open, look for any guides that are broken, any tensioners that are blown out, or just simply look at the chain and see if the chain's lined up. You're also going to want to look at the sprocket, see if the sprocket, the notch is lined up with the letter R or L, depending on which side you're looking at. So driver's side is left side, passenger side is right side. So there's changing everything is gonna cost you, if you buy piece by piece and you don't buy like a kit together, you could make it more economic because you can buy from different companies that you want to make sure you rely on that company, but also make sure that it's going to be good quality. You don't want to get just a replacement part, and you buy the material and it comes to the house or the shop and it ends up being bad product. You don't want that because it does take a long time to ship, and if you need the car really fast and operating, you're not gonna like that. This job overall, taking apart is 4 hours, putting back together maybe 3 to 2 hours. Taking it apart, why it's so long that compared to putting it back together, is you're gonna find yourself getting stuck in a couple points. Like the right valve cover is going to get stuck on the AC lines. You're going to want to take off some bolts there to loosen things up and wiggle it out. It all comes out. You're not going to be the exception that your car is impossible to take off the covers. You can do it. We got stuck a couple times and we thought maybe there was something wrong with the car or the specific model we got, but no. All these cars are made the same. These Ford engineers, they knew what they were doing. And you just gotta, wiggle it out. Everything should come off. There's multiple videos online that shows the complete process. This video is just to help people that are wanting to start and a little bit scared too. It's, I'm at home, home mechanic, self-taught, and it's definitely doable. So with buying the kit, you want to buy everything. And when I say everything, you're gonna want to buy everything because you don't want to do this job multiple times. So the one things that you are definitely need to buy is the chain, the guides, and the tensioners. That's a must-have to do this job. Okay, and you can get that off multiple websites. Parts Geek, I recommend, or Amazon, I recommend. You can get parts off from there. Just make sure you look at the brand, look up the brand, see if people comment about the brand, if it's good or bad, the quality, you should be good to go. That's the necessary that you need to do the timing job. Now, what we ended up finding out is that the sprockets, which are the two little wheels on the right and the left, those gear looking things where the chain goes on, those can actually blow out. And when I say blow out, is those line up with the camshaft on the top. And that's what lines everything up. The valves, the roller followers, everything is lined up with that. Your firing order, everything. So if those sprockets are blown out, you need to change them or your car will run rough, no matter, regardless if you did the timing chain job. And so how to check if they're blown out is there's gonna be on the wheel itself, there's gonna be, you know, some specific like teeth, and you're gonna see that there's one tooth that there's a two teeth beside it and one in the middle. The one in the middle is gonna have a letter in front of it, whether it's gonna be an R or an L. And so if that letter is not directly in front of that tooth, then the sprocket is shot and you need to change it. I'm telling you, that's one thing that we looked over, and we ended up having to do the job again. Is you're going to see that we did the job once, and you're gonna see us doing it again, and that was a major problem. It took a week to get that part, you know. So overall, it took us like 2 to 3 weeks to just do this job, because we were ordering parts little by little, finding out that we needed one more part, you needed another part and another part. So I'm gonna put everything you need at the end of this video, so you could just buy everything before you do the job. Or, you know, once I would recommend opening up the timing chain, seeing the damage, and then buying parts, because you never know, you're going to need to buy other things like oil pumps or water pumps, you know, little things. So I would recommend opening it up. If you have the time and another car, then, you know, it's possible to do that. If you really need it right away, then I'll leave it at the end of the video to show everything that you're going to need to do the complete job, you know, with everything necessary for the car to run properly. And so here you see us putting the front cover back on, and after you put the chains on, the tensioners on, you line everything up. It's fairly simple. You're just putting everything back together. I would say the hard part of this job is, you know, just getting the front cover off, getting all the valve covers and getting the front cover off. So the first time we did it, you see that we're getting, you know, codes, and we're only having one side of the engine running. And right here, like, the car was running and we got it to move finally after like a month or two, and we figured it was running horrible, you know. And we figured out there was only one side of the engine working, and little did we know that, you know, there was like a whole like side of the engine that was off completely because of that sprocket. And I'm telling you guys, make sure that sprocket is lined up, or just, honestly, I would say if you have the money, it's not that expensive. I probably spent like $300 to $400 in all the parts. There's a kit that goes for $700, and it's like from Ford factory, and, you know, Ford baby. But, you know, you don't need straight from the Ford factory, because I've seen videos that even the Ford ones break on you. So you guys don't want to do the job twice, so just get a good company that you trust, and, you know, that's fairly, you know, economic for you, and just go with that. So here I'm showing how those were not aligned at all. It sucked. What you're gonna need for this job is, on Amazon, there's a tool that helps you line up the crankshaft gear to where you need it to be. There's videos on YouTube with that for that. But you're gonna need that tool, and it's on Amazon. It's like $20. It comes with the kit. It comes with the little block of cheese that I'll show in a later video, that you need that block of cheese if you want to just change something on the valve covers without messing with the timing chain. But overall, this job is pretty fun. I liked it. I mean, I would suggest doing it with someone else. There's the new sprocket that we bought. And so here's everything you're gonna need. You know, the chain sprockets. I added a couple things there because I changed it, which was the VVT, solenoids, and other things. You know, special tools there. But basically everything here is what you need, and good luck, guys.